the impact of things around you at times really becomes strong. And I think what has happened is an election started here in the States, and there were quite a problematic condition in Ethiopia as well, that people really want a change of the regime and all that. And that day to day occupied my mind. And here the politics were, of course, getting really hot, and I had to do something. So I wasn't sure what would come out of it or where it was going, but I had a very small amount of black paint, and so I planned to really cover the canvas altogether and then dig out the writing out of that by a creamy white or other colors. But it didn't happen that way. So I touch here and there, he touched here and there. Halfway I've gone, and then I went back to the house and got also really nervous. I couldn't stay. So the third trip I sat down and looked at it, and I said, there is no need for me to cover it up. And I said, this is perfectly what I want. And I see, let me see if I could continue to proceed with that. What would it need? I am an artist dependent on improvising. I mean, I feel like I'm a mathematician. I'm like an architect, because the lines, the circles, always sort of like support here and there. You can see in this painting, you know, the certain kind of vertical lines, really sharp, and it's not going anywhere, but it takes you down. But if it takes you down all the way, then you go out of the painting without seeing the painting. So you don't want to do that. So you interrupt. The interruption of lines in different positions will continue to be in this whole painting. Then I would start to do the graphic interpretation of how letters could come. And I don't really define them as people would know them, even though they are at times, but they are getting exaggerated. You know, that is a letter to indicate Ethiopia. Not only Ethiopia, but the red one is also for saint, for kings, and I thought the country probably is a queen for me. I had no intention of putting that face in there, and I was working around. For some reason, it sort of become in the background, slowly look like some emerge of, it seems, a female mask. I stayed away from it and work around it, and then I tried at some point to carve. It's almost like work around the hair, like on the front, those dots, and then it started to give me a feedback in a way. Oh, there's something happening, and I'll almost see a face. Maybe shall I do that? How could that be a writing? It could be a writing, I said. Objects are like writings. Cans, Coca-Cola is a writing in its own shape. It's a symbolic language to a society. That's what the intention and the accidental, the distraction and building comes. Anything I put up on the canvas, it really speaks back to me. And like sometimes certain colors, they don't want to be close to another color. It's amazing. They scream, they shout, and some are snug and all that. But in the process of that, my sadness in life or joy or all that comes into this kind of painting that I'm working on, where I get disagreement sometimes with the work. So I have that fear of disagreeing with the work, where times I throw the brush and go outside and sit down for a little bit and looking nothing, a grass or something or a bird, and then come back and apologize to my painting. I say, I'm sorry. I am really telling myself to calm down. That's what it is. So the moment I apologize, and I tell you, that's the twist in my mind. So my being in this country for years that I have experienced, not only this year, but in the past 30-some years, what I have learned through places, museums, local people, welders, weavers, and ceramicists, and all this become a really accumulated freedom to me. That this freedom, time to time, exploded like this one. It's the liberty that I have acquired by being here gave me a voice, a chance, an opportunity to my state of mind. And it came. How I want to say it, I said it. I have the freedom to express it as one of the expression. And so the title really gripped that for me, truly. I think it really works well for the painting.